fam? Well, welcome back to another episode. It's October 1st, a little after sun up, and we just got down here to the surf zone, and we're gonna try and see if we can find some stripers early this morning. And it's a little nip in the air this morning, and actually the last couple of days it's finally felt like fall, which I'm excited about because it's gonna really start pushing some bait along the surf, or some fish as well that's gonna follow it. And today's goal is just to fish all day, and I'm not really sure where we're gonna end up. If the opportunity presents itself that we can also get out in the kayak, we might do that to see if we can get some albies. So we're just gonna be an open book and try and fish all day and see if we can get on a bite. So stay tuned, let's go find some fish. All right, so we just walked down probably about a mile, and I actually brought two setups with me. I've got the FishAholic Dark Matter Inshore Series and the FishAholic Dark Matter Surf Series set up. And being that we're getting pretty close to low tide right now, this water level is really low, so that's why I brought the lighter setup. And just to have some fun, I'm gonna try taking a few casts around these boulders, just see if we can break the ice, get the skunk out of the way, and then we'll probably move down a little bit further and probably get serious once this tide starts coming in, and then we'll, you know, fish with some larger stuff for hopefully some bigger fish. And another reason why I brought this lighter setup is because I've been seeing a lot of seals along this stretch, and typically they're hanging out there probably about 100 yards. And if I was to say wade out, oh, there's a seal right there. If I was to wade out onto that rock and cast really far with the bigger plugs, I'm basically just gonna be casting out to where those seals are roaming. So I've been finding out that a lot of the stripers that are in this area are hanging extremely tight to these rocks, like in extremely shallow water, because they know that those seals are out there patrolling, and the stripers know that they can work this white water in shallow and still feed, but they don't want to get eaten themselves, so they come in real tight right now. Oh, just got hit. Did you see that? Probably like a 20-incher. Oh, another one tried to eat it through the wave. That was pretty cool. At least with this light setup, we'll have some fun with these schoolies too, because even like a 20-25-incher will feel like a big fish with this light rod in the surf that we got right now. Today I also knew with the wind, and I checked the wave height, that we would be able to fish with a lighter setup like this. You know, a lot of days the waves are coming in too quick or they're too big. You can't fish with this light gear. Oh, right there. Oh my gosh, flying out of the water for it. There's one. Woo! Oh, kind of. That was sweet. There he is. It's not bad. Whew. All right, I just moved out a little bit closer to this boulder. Now we have like a good vantage point, so if we get some cool blow-ups, you guys will be able to see. Oh, what? That was a pretty decent fish right there. Damn. And we got fouled up. Like, what the heck? There was such a big bow in the line, it came through and got twisted on the tip. That was probably like a 27-inch fish. So I crushed a lot of the barbs on these hooks just to make it easier for myself and for releasing the fish. So I'm kind of okay with losing some here and there. you know, it's just the name of the game. You know, I could have left all the barbs on, but then it'd be a much more of a hassle unhooking these fish. And there's also a chance that, say if one eats it deep, then you can get them in the gills and, you know, probably have a chance at like killing them, because, you know, if you hook them in the gills bad, they'll bleed out sometimes real quick. So with barbless hooks, it'll just keep these little stripers nice and safe. Seems like I may have exhausted this spot, so I'm just gonna move down a little bit. There's one right next to this big boulder. Woo! Ripped a little drag there too. It's not a bad one right there. There you go, buddy. Look at that. All right, well, we're back on shore and we had like 2 more bites, didn't land them. But what was really interesting is as we were working our way down, I'm pretty sure we saw like a mid 30-inch fish in the crest of the wave. So we came back to shore to change out the GoPro battery and as well as grab the larger stick. And we're gonna work this whole area again because I think there's a chance, just a slight chance, that maybe we can put it in front of a nicer fish and catch them up. So let's get back out there. All right, so we're just gonna start where we caught our first one on the light tackle and then just basically work our way along this entire point. And that larger fish, the crazy thing is, we saw him in probably like 1.5 feet, 2 feet of water, if that. So there's one. Woo! A little tiny one. Up real shallow though. See you, little bud. There's another one. Whoa, he's ripping some line. This one might be a little nicer, unless he's foul hooked. Oh yeah, he's definitely got some weight, but I think he might be foul hooked. Saw the fish like fly out of the water just to eat this popper, so that's why I'm thinking he's foul hooked. Yeah, belly hooked. It's a little bit better one though. A little bit bigger class. Whew, right in the face. All right, well, we had to come back to shore because the camera battery died, but I'm glad we got 2 more. We're gonna switch out the camera battery and get back out there and keep working this area because I'm liking what I'm seeing, even though we're not catching a whole lot of fish or a whole lot of big fish or any big fish really, a matter of fact. But at that last spot where we had those last 2, way out, I swear that I saw like a school of like some medium-sized stripers cruising through a big wave that was cresting. And I think there's a good possibility that there's a lot of fish for whatever reason of some size cruising by this area. And I think it's just a matter of us dialing in and putting the bait in front of them and hopefully catching something nice today. So that's why I want to stick to this spot and just put the time in and see if we can get rewarded. Oh, big bite. Yeah, good fish. The bite we were looking for. Heck yeah. Or maybe he's foul hooked again, I don't know. He's got some weight to him and he ripped a ton of line when he first hit. Could we have belly hooked another fish? Well, he is a little bigger. But not by much. The explosion was pretty crazy from this guy. So that was another reason why I thought he would have been slightly bigger. All right, well, we got one more here and we worked down and back and no other bites. So what we're gonna do now is start working our way back to the truck and fish everywhere in between that looks good and see if we can get a few more, hopefully something larger as always. But then after that, I'm not really sure, probably gonna grab lunch and then maybe we'll check out an albie spot, see if we can either catch them from the surf or get out in the kayak if it's nice enough. And then who knows, maybe come back here later this evening and see if we can get on like a dusk bite. Well, we did not get any more fish working our way back along the beach, but I've got some exciting news. The FishAholic rig is fixed up and ready to go, supposedly. About a week and a half ago, I dropped it off at Marich's Boat and Motor after the lower unit kind of like exploded. And fortunately enough, they found 2 new lower units out in California, and I told them to order one. Got here in about a week, and they just installed it, and supposedly the rig is up and running. So I'm super stoked about that. And originally the plan this afternoon was to, have a quick bite, maybe like a granola bar, get out in the kayak, see if we can find some albies, and then go surf fishing again this evening. But we might not be able to do the albies today. It's gonna be an hour out, hour back just to get the boat, and then we're gonna have to plop it in the water and get it ready for some charters that I got on the schedule coming up next week. So we're gonna try and get all that done. And if there's still time left in the day, which I think there will be, then I guess we'll maybe check an albie spot, see if they're there. If they're not, then we're probably gonna end up finishing the day just like we started, hitting the surf and seeing if we can get some more stripers. So anyway, I'm gonna just get this wet gear out of here to dry. We're gonna grab some grub and then go get the boat and put it in the water. $5,100 later, we've got a brand spanking new lower unit and we've got the FishAholic rig in tow. But unfortunately, we lost a lot of time earlier, like after 12 o'clock, I lost my phone actually. I put it on the back of the truck, pulled away from the surf spot, and didn't realize till I got home that I didn't have my phone. So I had to retrace my steps. It was only like a 2-mile distance between where I live and the surf spot, but I couldn't find it. And I had to Find My iPhone to track down my phone. And luckily, this super nice lady that was biking picked up my phone and she returned it to me. But during that whole fiasco, I lost like 2 hours. So I was hoping to like leave by like 12:30, get out to Marich's Boat and Motor and get back to Montauk by like 4:30 and then put the boat in the water, get geared up and hit the surf. But now it's like 6:30 and we're just pulling back into town here in Montauk. So what I'm gonna do is probably go get the boat in the water, put it in the slip, and I'm gonna end this segment here, and I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. We're gonna try and take another crack at it. So I'm gonna switch it over right now. So it is the next morning. As you can see here, Saturday, October 2nd, a little after 7 a.m. And we're heading down to the same area where we had some success with the popper. But hopefully this morning, we just find something at least like over 30 inches. So I'm working my way out to this rock here, but I just want to cast through all this shallow white water as we work our way out, because like there could be some fish just creeping through the skinny because of all the seals that are out there lurking in the deeper water. And the waves are a lot bigger today and the water level is a lot higher. So I don't know if we're going to be able to like walk back and forth along this point like we were doing yesterday. So I'm just going to get on that rock and then start casting out and working the spot here. There's one. Wow, real shallow. And that's why I wanted to work this area before going out to that rock. All right, bud, go tell your mother to bite. All right, I think we're in a good spot to catch some more fish here now. Look at the size of these waves rolling in. It's kind of making it a challenge to fish the popper the further out we get. So when the surf is rough and big and rough, definitely throwing on a bucktail is probably your best bet. Or at least in Montauk it is. There's one on the bucky. Alright, well, we're back on shore, and unfortunately we can only get 2 this morning. We gave it a solid couple hours and the water looks extremely juicy, but there's just not that many fish here. And you know, it's such a shame. Like, Montauk is really not what it used to be. The last like few years I've kind of slowly just seen it start to decline, especially from the surf here. And you know, if we get any like bite of decent fish this fall, it's probably going to be like a 3 or 4 day thing, if that, and then it's just going to be done, especially here along the rocks. But we do the best we can, and at least we caught something. We didn't get skunked, and I'm going to keep grinding it out as hard as I can. And I would fish probably a little bit longer, but it's about 9 a.m. and I'm taking a couple customers out on the FishAholic rig at 11, so I just want to, you know, take some time to walk back, you know, kind of reset the batteries, get ready for the charter. And I'm only going to be in Montauk probably till the end of October. So if you're interested in a charter before I call it for the season up here, definitely hit the link in the description. And in the end of October, then I'm going to be heading down to Florida, and I'm going to be bringing the FishAholic rig, so I'm going to be fishing down there with it, also bringing the kayak, and we're going to be doing a lot of surf fishing, wade fishing. And I'm going to try and, you know, get some charters in down there in Florida for like snook, tarpon, redfish, which I think should be pretty cool. So stay tuned and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And like always, live to fish, fish to live.